Hi everybody, if you are looking for a really delicious fall winter farm to table soup, I have the most beautiful recipe for you. It is great for healing leaky gut and it is also really great for postpartum season. I mean, it's great for all the times, but this is a really wonderful, comforting, easy to digest soup that you can make. You can stick it in the freezer, and that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm meal prepping for the season that I know I'm about to be in. And if you're one of those elite friends or family members, this is a great recipe that you can make for a mommy that you know or a soon-to-be mommy that you know. Stick it in the freezer. She will be so grateful that you did this for her. This is my sage and rosemary brown butternut squash soup. It is delicious, and if you want to, you can make it vegan, but it does have bone broth. It has some better than bouillon chicken bouillon paste, and it has butter because we're doing brown butter. If you want to make it vegan, just use a vegetable stock and use a vegan butter. That's it. Let's get to it. I already roasted butternut squash, but here's how you do it. You're going to take 2 butternut squash. You're going to cut off the stem on the top and the bottom. You're going to slice it in the middle lengthwise and scoop out the seeds. The oven is going to be at 425, and you're going to roast it flesh side down, covered in olive oil, sea salt, and pepper for 1 hour on a baking sheet. Okay, so 2 squash, roast them for an hour at 425. They're gonna come out looking juicy and delectable, just like this. You see, it's like, it smells so good. It's like caramely browned on some bits, very juicy, and it's ready to go. Next, you're going to do about 2 tablespoons of roughly chopped fresh rosemary, and you're going to do about 1 to 1.5 tablespoons roughly chopped fresh sage. Then you're going to do 4 to 6 roughly chopped garlic cloves and 1 roughly chopped large yellow onion. Don't worry about things looking pretty because it's all going in the blender later, or if you have a hand emulsion blender, you can do that as well. But the Vitamix is just, it's king. I have a large stock pot. It's set to medium low on the stove. I'm adding an entire stick of very high quality organic pasture-raised butter and about 1 tablespoon of olive oil and just about a half teaspoon to a teaspoon of sea salt. I let the onion cook down for about 7 minutes, and I just added the garlic, the sage, and the rosemary. I'm gonna give it, 3 to 5 minutes just to soften up and let all these flavors meld together. Let this butter brown up a little bit and get some of that good depth of flavor. While everything is sauteing, go ahead and just do a big chop on all of the roasted butternut squash. I went ahead and added another tablespoon of roughly chopped rosemary. I could tell by the smell that it could use even more, and it just smells so good. This looks great. I'm about to take the heat off and move the pan because I just want it to cool for a second, because I'm going to pour all of this into the Vitamix. Also, I really love to give credit where it's due, and the whole idea of using butter instead of cream to make this soup really rich and creamy came from Cookie and Kate, the cookieandkate.com website, and the roasted butternut squash soup that they have on there. And I agree. I think it's like way better than adding like heavy cream or whatever. Plus, we don't really do heavy cream and milk in our house hardly ever, and so butter is better, baby. I have added about 1/3 of the squash, all of the onion, garlic, rosemary, sage mixture that was in the large stock pot. That's very important that you used all of it in the first run of the blender, and 2 cups of bone broth. I'm about to mix this up real good. first batch back into the pot. Then I blended up another batch. This was just a bunch of the butternut squash and another 2 cups of bone broth. Pour this batch into the pot. This last batch was small, just a little bit of the butternut squash left, so I added about 1.5 cups of just water and blended this down. I'm gonna pour it in the pot and put the pot on medium heat to simmer. Stir this up over medium heat. Once it starts to simmer, bring it to low, and we're going to add some of this chicken bouillon. Let it all marry together. Maybe add a little bit of water if it's too thick. We'll test it out. And that's it. I am adding this, oh my goodness. I'm adding this entire jar to the pot. I'm gonna let it simmer together. This video and this recipe is sponsored in part by Good Box Organics. I love them. They have a weekly subscription where you can get organic, local, farm, fresh produce either delivered to you, or you can go pick it up at like a local drop-off point. And I'm super inspired when I get my boxes from them. It's like I've decided that it's kind of like, if you watch the Food Network, it's like my version of like a gentle chopped. Like I never know what I'm gonna get in the box, but I know it's seasonal, I know it's freshly picked, and it's delicious. And so I was like, what can I do with all of these, like these fresh herbs, squash, the garlic, like it's so good. So thank you, Good Box Organics. I really love what you guys are doing. I'm a Los Angeles native and they are based here. So if you're based in Los Angeles, I highly recommend you check them out. They're great, they're wonderful. I sprinkled a little rosemary on top. It is so good, so delicious. Look at that vibrant color. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. You know, we want all the colors of the rainbow to make our bodies very happy. This is a very sacral and solar plexus happy recipe.